On August 20th, 1854, a wagon train traveling west through what is now southwestern Idaho came under attack. By the end of the day, most of the emigrants were dead. More than 170 years later, historians still debate exactly why it happened. The group, known as the Ward Party, was making its way along the Oregon Trail route toward Oregon and California. Led by Alexander Ward, the emigrants entered the Boise River region during a period of growing tension across the American frontier. For decades, the story was told in simple terms. Settler accounts described an unprovoked attack carried out by native warriors. Newspapers and later histories often repeated that version, portraying the tragedy as another example of the dangers faced by westward travelers. But modern historians have taken a closer look. By 1854, thousands of emigrants were crossing native lands each year. Wagon trains brought livestock that consumed grass and water resources. Hunting grounds were disrupted. Diseases spread through regions that had never experienced them before. Competition for resources increased as more travelers arrived every season. The frontier was already under strain. Historical records indicate that tensions, theft accusations, retaliation, and violence had occurred in the region before the Ward Party reached Idaho. Some historians believe those broader conflicts help explain why violence erupted. Others argue that the surviving evidence is too limited to determine exactly what triggered the attack. And that is part of the mystery. Most surviving accounts were written by settlers, soldiers, newspapers, or government officials. Native perspectives were recorded far less often, and sometimes only years later, through translators or secondhand reports. As a result, historians have far more information from one side of the story than the other. What happened is not in dispute. The attack occurred. People died. Families were destroyed. But understanding the motives behind the violence is far more difficult. Today, historical markers identify the general area where the tragedy unfolded near the Boise River. Visitors can stand in the landscape where the event took place, but many questions remain unanswered. Was the attack retaliation for earlier conflicts? Was it part of growing resistance to increasing emigrant traffic? Or was it the result of circumstances lost to history? More than a century and a half later, the records tell us what happened. Why it happened remains a matter of debate.